A year ago, I put in an application for an intern at Wayne State University, and I thought it might have gone into a black hole, because when you fill out forms online, you never know what happens. And then I got a response in August that we had an intern, and we had an opportunity to meet with Darcell and her social work supervisor, Becky Guzman, who you might have seen here off and on, who is overseeing the academic part of this, because I am not that person. But I am just thrilled to show you what all has been happening since Darcell started with us last September.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. My name is Darcell Dale once again. So coming here and speaking with Paula and her vision, I sit down with Paula and said, Paula, what do you want from me? What is my purpose here at St. Michael's? And Paula said that she wanted to move outside of the church. She wants to be able to touch the residents of Lincoln Park, all residents of Lincoln Park. So that is my purpose here, is to be able to engage St. Michael's as a leader in the community, to be able to meet the needs of all residents of Lincoln Park. So, in order for me to do that, I don't know that much about Lincoln Park, so I had to learn Lincoln Park. And through Lincoln Park, I had to do this thing called map assessing. This is a great tool that I use to understand the bridges and the gaps within Lincoln Park, right? So through the access map, like I said, it touches on the resources, the gaps, and the strength within the community. So this is what you see here on this side, and I do apologize if you can't see over here.
We'll check it out.
This is this. Looks like a masterpiece. I'm an artist.
Are you gonna sign that?
I am. You can have it. So I'm gonna first show you some of the gaps that I noticed by doing this map. And this is the bus stops here in Lincoln Park. I'm gonna step over to the side. One just slid off of there, but this is actually the bus stop. It went off the map. So these are the bus stops here in Lincoln Park that I did my research on. So here, if you live here and you don't have transportation or don't know where to seek transportation, how would you get from point A to point B? How would you even go to look for employment? Get your child in school? It's impossible, right? That's okay, because we're gonna fix that. Here's another one. This is through the food pantries. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. How many of you guys are residents here of Lincoln Park, have been long-time residents of Lincoln Park? Okay.
Not one time, but yeah.
So how many of you guys were residents and moved away? Okay. So you guys know Lincoln Park. So this is a learning tool for me, and maybe it could be something you learning today too as well. So, anyone knows how many churches there are actually here in Lincoln Park?
A bunch.
23 churches.
Really?
23 churches here in Lincoln Park.
Here, 15. 23.
So with those gaps, these are all the churches that have food pantries, which is actually 5.
Wow. That's it?
That's it, 5. We're gonna fix that too. 'Cause that's what we do. That's what we do here at St. Michael's. We fix things, we bridging things. Here's another one. These are the grocery stores here, right? When I say grocery stores, I mean grocery stores that has fresh produce, meats, and things of that nature. No liquor stores, because you can't buy fruits and vegetables at the liquor store. So these are the grocery stores. So once again, let's go back in our mind, talk about the bus transportation. If you live here, how would you get to the grocery store?
Where is that? Up on top there, because that's what's missing in almost every presentation you put up there.
It's probably
It's like
over
an outer
here.
drive in
Is that
Dick's
outer
area.
drive?
Is that right?
Yeah, your hood.
That's what in
So there's 12 grocery stores within Lincoln Park, right?
I'll scare everybody away.
So, like I said, I'm here to
Well, I think she goes.
engage St. Michael's in the community as a leader and to help all the residents of Lincoln Park. So that's when I came up with the handy dandy resource guide. It's handy dandy. It's at your fingertips. So with the resource guides, it's on each one of you guys' table. This is what it's gonna do. It's gonna bring people together. It's gonna help build relationships. It's gonna help newcomers to understand their residents and know where to go as a resident. I should say, understand their community and know where things are at. It's gonna define, it's gonna help us with cultural exchange, because this resource guide is gonna be in Spanish as well. And so, yeah, and we're gonna have it also online. So you can go online and you can access this if you want to as well. So our next question is, what can we build together? As the residents here in St. Michael's, we can build a lot of things together. I know you guys are great listeners. That's a strength within itself. We're gonna build a stronger community and stronger families through this resource guides. And if you have any questions or anything that you can add on to this, I'm willing to listen to you, and we can sit down together and we can work this thing out together, because we are here building together. That's the end of my presentation.
These resource guides are gonna go to the community, and you said it's accessible on the website. Is it on St. Michael's website?
No, it's the city,
It'll be
yes.
on the city's website.
So what we're working on now is getting this done in Spanish, and we're working on a grant. I have been at the city forum meeting last month, and this has been presented already, but we will present this again. The mayor of Lincoln Park, the state representative, and other state, city officials, they really are interested in this, and I think it would be a great way to bring Lincoln Park together. So that's what we're doing next.
So many of the other communities have transportation for seniors or people who don't have transportation to get from point A to point B. Is there anything in the works in Lincoln Park to add that service here?
They do.
They do
Lincoln
some of
Park
that.
It's in the book too.
It is.
They do.
It's a book, it's a number you can call, and you can have a van to come to your house for seniors. It doesn't cost them a lot of money at all.
Okay,
So,
because
yes.
I had looked on the city's website about senior transportation and I didn't see anything at all.
Well, now.
Yeah, it's in there. There's housing in there. So we talk about housing, we talk about food pantries, we talk about doctors, we talk about
Dentist?
dentists. Yes.
Well, Lincoln Park is one of the core cities downriver. In fact, it probably is the core city in downriver.
It is. It is 22.2% unemployment compared to national is 14.
But there's no, you know, I read this a long time ago. There's no industry whatsoever in Lincoln Park. Speak yeah, but it's just not. And what's killing them
One more
is
question, I'm sorry.
Lisa Park.
Okay, the resource guide, very cool.
Salaries.
What are the odds of this getting a magnet with that little picture on it with a website where you can access that resource guide if you lose it, throw it away, recycle it, something you can stick on your fridge, and when you need it and you can't find your book, go, hey.
That's a good idea.
Is that something that might be in
Yes.
the budget?
Yes. Yeah, we can say.
Also, we gotta figure out how to get, to do a link on our website, so that people all know, and then anybody who's looking can get access. All you gotta do is set up a link. I just don't
That on
think
the
that's
back.
it.
And we redo this book every 2 years, right? Every 2 years, the book will be revised every 2 years. Because, you know, there's people moving in, people moving out, doctors changing, so, yeah.
I think it's amazing that we just live in the city and we don't even know what we're lacking on and what we have.
You don't have much.
One of the things that our bishop said yesterday was that she asked the communications director to make a map of the Diocese of Michigan, to put pinpoints at all of the parishes, to overlay the congressional districts, and from Chicago ago, she said, oh my, talk about gerrymandering. Anyway, it's pretty evident. And then to shade it in tones of green, depending on the average income. And so she was pointing out that Pontiac is a very, very light green, kind of surrounded by very dark green or high income areas. I wouldn't be surprised if we look similar to that.
I would, yeah.
So I really would like to see that map, but her idea is, what are we doing for our neighbors? And I am so excited that she's gonna be coming here in 2 weeks and see that we already have our boots on the ground with Darcell's work and where we're hoping to go next. This community forum that Darcell mentioned was a gathering of 60 people, many of whom represented these resources that are in the resource guide. So they are providers, and they want to make sure that their services are available for folks. So that's number one. How do we get this news out so that more people can be serviced? And then how do we get the information out to the people who need those services?
Looks like we have a couple corners of the city that really need
Oh,
help.
yeah.
Yes.
So part of these
Especially at the top
guides,
there, Dixon Hunter Drive area, right?
we're hoping that we can get a grant
Yeah.
to publish these, because that's gonna be expensive to print these, you
Yeah, especially in here, yeah.
know, and to get translation in Spanish.
Where are you pointing to now, Darcell?
I'm sorry,
Where were you pointing to just now?
you talking about here?
No, the other one.
Yeah,
Here?
Yeah, what area is that?
that's border with Wyandotte.
Yeah.
I used to
No,
live
no.
in there.
No, that's all Lincoln Park.
Yeah, it does.
That's the E-course, Wyandotte.
Yeah, there's a merge there.
It's the Kempton School area. Down
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, so Darcell, just to add to that, I used to live down Emmons Road on just over the border from Lincoln Park and Wyandotte. And when my car broke down and I was trying to figure out transportation in order to get up to work, I calculated that I was gonna have to walk 45 minutes to get to one of the Fort Street bus stops. So that corner, the bottom right corner, is pretty, if you don't have transportation, like, you know, it's resource empty as well.
That's actually worse because, in Angie's neighborhood, that Dixon and, Outer Drive area, a lot of people, can go to Allen Road.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more resources on Allen Road over, in Allen Park, which they're very close to, than there are in Lincoln Park.
Yeah, right, and but
So
between,
that's,
Right
so,
at that Allen
so
Park.
that little corner there, you're talking about?
yeah, it's empty.
It's houses and then you go to Wyandotte Park and it's more houses. And it's
Exactly.
no nothing but,
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah,
no,
there was,
yeah.
unless you have
Yeah, 2
transportation,
blocks.
that's just all residential,
That's exactly
totally
right, though.
devoid of
See?
any resources.
Yeah.
People on that corner, that corner is one thing, but there's a deficit maybe in the Lincoln Park side, but
Because
on
there's
the
so
Allen Park
few
side,
businesses
there's
there.
a lot of resources.
Until you get to Fort
The outer
Street.
drive, now the outer
Yeah,
drive.
yeah,
They
yeah.
have access to buses every 30 feet.
Looks like three.
Don't get behind that
Yeah,
bus
right.
on outer drive, please stop it.
Well, I invite you to continue this conversation with Darcell. There's certainly a lot more that we are going to be called to do over these next months. But this gives us the starting point where we start looking at how we can help our neighbors.
Thank you, Darcell.
Good job.
Thank you.